Hey Munsties! My pre-ordered Blu-ray of Shin Ultraman just arrived in the mail, so we're going to take a look at that. If you're late to the game, Shin Ultraman was kind of the official but unofficial sequel to Shin Godzilla. So we'll take a comparison to the two Blu-rays here. Shin Godzilla was originally released in 2016. The Blu-ray was released here in the United States a few years later. Shin Ultraman, so on one hand, they're both distributed in theaters by Toho, but the Blu-ray releases were by two different companies, actually. Shin Godzilla was handled by Funimation, and Shin Ultraman is handled by a smaller company called Cleopatra. I believe this is a smaller company, but if you know anything about Toho, they are very strict about what they allow companies to put on their Blu-rays. Like, they charge extra money for deleted scenes and behind-the-scenes commentary tracks and stuff like that. So usually Godzilla movies and anything to do with Toho are very bare-bones Blu-ray releases. But Funimation, on one hand, actually made an effort to include their own, almost like a documentary or at least a commentary track. Not quite commentary track, but like a behind-the-scenes commentary track between some Godzilla experts and fans. Shin Ultraman just doesn't even have that. It's just the Japanese audio track, the English audio track, the trailer, and a slideshow gallery. So, and another thing is just the way the box designs themselves are done. Is the Shin Godzilla looks a lot more cinematic. This looks a lot more like an indie release, which it kind of is. But it's not a deal breaker, you know. We'll come back to that in a second here. Shin Godzilla actually came with a DVD and digital copy. This is strictly Blu-ray for Shin Ultraman. Shin Godzilla also came with a reversible cover inside the Blu-ray case. There you go. I'm not going to pull the whole thing out, but it's basically this image or this image. Shin Ultraman is just blank on the inside. It's... Here, let's take a look. Yeah, it's just the Blu-ray. Now, let's take a look at the back of the box really quick here. The mix of styles and moods works wonderfully, raising Shin Ultraman into the top rank of superhero movies. That's a quote by Variety. There's never a dull day in Japan's newly established SSSP, Kaiju Defense Task Force, led by Kimiyo Tamura, played by Drive My Car's Hidetoshi Nishijima. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name. After a particularly challenging encounter, a silver giant descends from the sky to rescue the planet. Dubbed Ultraman, this giant's identity and purpose are a mystery. Shin Ultraman is a delightful reimagining of one of Japan's classic superheroes, full of cosmic twists, charismatic villains, and giant kaiju. And as I said, the bonus features is just the trailer, slideshow, and then the audio tracks. Oh, the Shin Ultraman is an all-region Blu-ray, so you can get this anywhere you want, as opposed to the, let me see here, the Shin Godzilla was Region A. So that is one benefit that the Shin Ultraman Blu-ray has, is it's practically region-free. Without giving too many spoilers, just a quick overview. While this does continue the story of Shin Godzilla, it does so loosely. I don't want to give away any major spoilers. Shin Godzilla was a very serious tone movie. Shin Ultraman, while it carries on some of the subplots, they kind of vaguely reference Godzilla several times throughout this movie, Shin Ultraman. But the tone is much more campy. I was not sure what to expect. It's actually from the same production team. Let me see, was it? Yeah. Directed by Shinji Higuchi, who also worked on Shin Godzilla, and I believe Hideki, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Where is it here? Hideki Anno. Yes, oh my goodness, I don't know why I'm struggling with that. He also worked on Shin Godzilla. He's here working as an editor for Shin Ultraman. When you watch the movie, it definitely has the same similar narration sense, and in the fact that it starts out with like a political drama kind of, and you get to see like many human characters in Shin Ultraman, just like as in Shin Godzilla. But they jump to action a lot faster here in Shin Ultraman. The tone is drastically different because Ultraman was always lower budget, and so they kind of took the campiness of the original series and worked it in its favor for Shin Ultraman to get the audience to laugh along with it rather than at it. So we'll never get official direct sequel to Shin Godzilla probably, unless Toho changes their mind in the future. But this for now is a continuation, which is kind of cool because, like I said, Toho did distribute Shin Ultraman in theaters. And so to actually have Toho almost acknowledge Ultraman as part of the Godzilla universe, that's sort of kind of how King Kong got involved in the Godzilla universe back in the 60s, you know? He was kind of associated with Toho temporarily, and who knew that all these decades later that King Kong would kind of become a part of Godzilla's universe. Maybe decades from now, Ultraman will become part of Godzilla's universe. I don't know. Did you see Shin Ultraman? Is this something that you want to pick up? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll let you know whenever Shin Kamen Rider comes out on Blu-ray. Thanks for watching.